Week 12 Day 1. Diatribe. Bitter criticism. Sense. When a large expenditure is imminent, my father goes into a long diatribe on the need for economy. Sense. Diatribe. Noun. C. Formal and angry speech or piece of writing, which severely criticizes something or someone. He launched into a long diatribe against the government's policies. Inhibition. Restraint. Sense. After 2 drinks the usually phlegmatic clam dentist lost all his inhibition. Sense. Inhibit. Verb. T. To prevent someone from doing something, or to slow down a process or the growth of something. Some workers were inhibited from speaking by the presence of their managers. This drug inhibits their growth of tumors. Inhibited. Adjective. Not confident enough to say or do what you want. The presence of strangers made her feel inhibited. Inhibition. Noun. C or you. A feeling of embarrassment or worry that prevents you from saying or doing what you want. After a couple of drinks he lost his inhibition, and started talking and laughing loudly. She was determined to shed her inhibitions, and have a good time. Fortuitous. Accidental. Sense. The meeting was a fortuitous one, but the jealous husband construed it as prearranged and clandestine secret. Sense. Fortuitous. Adjective. Formal. Of something that is to your advantage, not planned, happening by chance. The timing of the meeting is certainly fortuitous. The collapse of its rivals brought fortuitous gains to the company. Fortuitously. Adverb. Fortuitousness. Noun. Null. Incoherent. Disjointed. Sense. Since the patient's speech was garbled, confused, mixed and incoherent, we could only conjecture, guess, as to his message. Sense. Incoherent. Adjective. 1. Expressing yourself unclearly. He was confused and incoherent, and I didn't get much sense out of him. 2. Expressed unclearly, especially with words or ideas that are joined together badly. The talk she gave was incoherent and badly prepared. Incoherently. Adverb. To mutter incoherently. Incoherence. Noun. Ilk. Udge. Kind, sort. Sense. It is often fruitless to argue with racists, bigots, and others of that ilk. Sense. Ilk. Noun. S. Mainly disapproving a particular type. The worst of her criticism was reserved for journalists, photographers and others of their ilk. To wear one's heart on one's sleeve, to make one's feelings evident. Sense. People who wear their hearts on their sleeves frequently suffer emotional upsets. Off-Broadway. When Monty Zill told his boss, Mr. Foy, that he was quitting as an accountant to become an actor, the man was convulsed with laughter. After Mr. Foy realized that Monty was obsessed with the idea, he became quite serious, launching into a diatribe on the importance of responsibility in the younger generation. Monty confessed that he had been developing ulcers as an accountant, and when his psychiatrist suggested that the sickness was a result of inhibitions, Monty agreed. Now a fortuitous opportunity to get into show business required Monty to make an immediate decision. Mr. Foy stormed out of the office, muttering incoherently about hippies, beatniks, and others of that ilk. Week 12 Day 2. Prestigious. Illustrious. Sense. A salient eminent feature of the prestigious company's success was its fair treatment of employees. Sense. Prestige. Noun. Respect and admiration given to someone or something, usually because of a reputation for high quality, success or social influence. The company has gained international prestige. Many people are attracted by the prestige of working for a top company. Prestige. Adjective. Before noun. Causing admiration, because connected with luxury or power. A prestige address card. Job label. Prestigious. Adjective. Greatly respected and admired, usually because of being important. A prestigious literary award. A prestigious university placard. Poster. Sense. The police posted a placard asking all citizens to desist from looting. Sense. Placard. Noun. See a large piece of card, paper, etc. with a message written or printed on it, often carried in public places by people who are complaining about something. Demonstrators marched past holding waving placards that said, "Send food, not missiles." Integral. Essential. Sense. She seemed to be an unimportant member of the president's entourage, but actually she played an integral role in White House affairs. Sense. Integra. Adjective. Necessary and important as a part of, or contained within, a whole. He's an integral part of the team and we can't do without him. Bars and terrace cafes are integral to the social life of the city. Remuneration. Reward. Pay. Sense. Derek Jeter's remuneration from the New York Yankees made him a millionaire many times over. Sense. Remunerate. Verb. T. Formal. To pay someone for work or services. He is poorly remunerated for all the work he does. Remuneration. Noun. C or you. Formal. They demanded adequate remuneration for their work. In return for some caretaking duties, we are offering a free flat and a small remuneration. A remuneration package. Remunerative adjective. Formal. A highly remunerative well-paid job. Charity work is not very remunerative. Nominal. Slight sense. For allowing his ferocious mastiff to appear on a commercial, the trainer was paid a nominal sum. Sense. Nominal. Not in reality. Adjective. A name or thought but not reality. She's the nominal head of our college. The real work is done by her deputy. Nominally. Adverb. The province is nominally independent. Sense. Nominal. Small. Adjective describes a sum of money, which is very small compared to an expected price or value. A nominal sum charged for a nominal fee. They will deliver orders to customers' homes. To wash dirty linen in public. To openly discuss private affairs. Sense. Let's talk about it privately, his uncle said, rather than wash our dirty linen in public. An all-round man. The need for a decision came about when Monty was invited to join a prestigious summer stock company, starting in mid-June. As a mature apprentice, he would be required to take tickets, paint scenery, prepare placards, assist with lighting, costumes, and props, and carry an occasional spear in a walk-on role. Since the company would stage 5 major plays during the summer, as well as a half-dozen shows for children, there was a chance that Monty might actually get a part before too many weeks had elapsed. In addition, he would be attending the drama classes that were an integral part of the summer theater. The remuneration would be nominal, but at last Monty Zilt would be fulfilling a lifelong ambition. Week 12, Day 3. Expungere. Sense. After having made the rash reckless statements, the senator wished that he could expunge them from the record. Sense. Expunge. Verb. T. Formal. 1. To rub off or remove information from a piece of writing. His name has been expunged from the list of members. 2. To cause something to be forgotten. She has been unable to expunge the details of the accident from her memory. Flamboyant. Showy, colorful. Sense. Our theatrical pages were inundated with press releases from the flamboyant producer. Sense. Flamboyant. Adjective. Very confident in behavior, or intended to be noticed, especially by being brightly colored. A flamboyant gesture. The writer's flamboyant lifestyle was well known. His clothes were rather flamboyant for such a serious occasion. Flamboyance. Noun. Her flamboyance annoys some people but delights others. Flamboyantly. Adverb. Anathema. Something greatly detested. Curse. Sense. The traitor's name was anathema in his father's domicile. Sense. Anathema. Noun. See usually singular. Use something which is greatly disliked or disapproved of. Credit controls are anathema to the government. For older employees, the new system is an anathema. Schism. Split. Sense. A pernicious harmful schism developed between the two sisters. Sense. Schism. Noun. See a division into two groups caused by a disagreement about ideas, especially in a religious organization. A schism. And within the church. Utopia. Place of perfection. Sense. In Lost Horizon a character recoiled at the idea of living in a utopia. Sense. Utopia. Noun. See or you the idea of a perfect society, in which everyone works well with each other, and is happy. Utopian. Adjective. A utopian vision. Utopian aims. To save face. To avoid disgrace. Sense. Instead of firing the corrupt executive, they allowed him to retire in order that he might save face. From ledgers to scripts. During the first weeks of the summer, Monty Zilt didn't even have time to consider whether he had made an egregious mistake. He was too engrossed with his work, performing 1,001 odd jobs around the theater. First there was the opening production of A Chorus Line, then 2 weeks of The Fantastics, followed by a poignant sad diary of Anne Frank, which did excellent business. All through those weeks, Monty painted, carried, nailed, collected, ran, studied, and perspired. He had expunged all traces of debits and credits from his mind, burying himself in the more flamboyant world of the theater. Accounting became anathema to him as the schism between his present utopia and his former drudgery widened. Week 12, Day 4. Timorous. Fearful. Sense. Under duress. Force. The normally timorous husband was forced into demanding a raise. Sense. Timorous. Adjective. Literary. Nervous and lacking confidence. Timid. Timorously. Adverb. Timorousness. Noun. Truncated. Cut short. Sense. It is frustrating to have one's lengthy remarks printed in truncated form. Sense. Truncate. Verb. T. To make something shorter or briefer, especially by removing the end of it. Television coverage of the match was truncated by a technical fault. Truncated. Adjective. Truncation. Noun. Jaunty. Sprightly. Gay sense with his cap set at a jaunty angle, the amicable sailor strutted down the street. Sense jaunty adjective showing that you're happy and confident, a jaunty grin step. When he came back his hat was at a jaunty angle and he was smiling. Jauntily adverb jauntiness noun fractious quarrelsome sense Roger's fractious behavior compounded the bad relationship he had already had with his partner. Sense fractious adjective easily upset or annoyed, and tending to complain, a fractious child. Fractiousness noun ostentatious showy sense in an ostentatious display of histrionics the star refused to perform. Sense ostentatious adjective disapproving too obviously showing your money, possessions or power. In an attempt to make other people notice and admire you, they criticize the ostentatious lifestyle of their leaders. An ostentatious gesture manner ostentation noun disapproving her luxurious lifestyle and personal ostentation were both hated and envied. Ostentatiously adverb disapproving the room was ostentatiously decorated in white and silver. He took out his gold watch and laid it ostentatiously very obviously so everyone would notice on the table in front of him. Indian summer warm autumn weather. Sense parts of the country were deep in snow, but the East was enjoying an Indian summer. Irony for Merryweather at last, Monty's chance to perform came. He had played the timorous lion in a truncated version of The Wizard of Ounces, which the apprentices had staged. But now there was an open audition to cast the final show of the season. It was to be a jaunty original comedy, given a summer tryout prior to a Broadway opening. Monty, who by now had adopted the stage name of Monty Merryweather, read for the producers, hoping to get the part of the hero's fractious landlord. Unfortunately, the competition was too rough but the director assigned Monty to a less ostentatious part. And so for the first 2 weeks in September the stage's truck accountant had a 2-minute, 2-line part. What was his role? The hero's accountant. Week 12 Day 5. Regis, Oprah, Sally Jessy, et al. The television talk shows of our era, featuring such prestigious public figures as Regis Philbin, Oprah Winfrey, and Sally Jessy Raphael, attract millions of daytime viewers, and constitute a powerful influence on the American scene. When the media can hold the attention of so sizable a chunk of couch potatoes, it pays to examine clearly and closely. A student at Stanford University, doing her doctoral thesis on the unusual popularity of the afternoon talk shows, noted the fierce competition among those programs for guests who are off the beaten track. According to her, almost every irregular, flamboyant lifestyle you can think of has already been featured on one of the shows and probably on all of them, when you add Montel Williams, Jerry Springer, and others of that ilk, who serve as network hosts. They have shown teenagers, who marry people in their 60s, daughters and mothers, who date the same man, men who have gone through a marriage ceremony with other men, women with prominent tattoos, and other people who are totally free of inhibitions. Remuneration for our guests is so small, said a producer, that these shows are inexpensive to put on. And say what you want about good taste, millions watch us every day, and as long as the ratings are that healthy, sponsors will pay good money to be identified with us.